Hi to all. We are going to learn about glimpses of the past. This lesson is related to our freedom fighters and the movement which war happened before independence India. So after many struggles and many sacrifices, we got independence. You know that we did not get independence easy from the Britishers. Our freedom fighters sacrifices their lives for our independence. They struggled and struggled. Finally, we got independence because of their sacrifices. How they fought against the Britishers and who played an important and significant role in getting the freedom of India. We can see here glimpses of the past. Glimpse means a glance, a sight. We are going to the past. Past is the study of history. Sorry. Here, all the things which we are going to learn it is called history. History is the study of the past. So we are learning about our freedom fighters and what are the moments they have taken in the previous in their experiences. Every one of you focus here that how we got independence. It's not a single day. Years. It's years of battles happen against the Britishers. The Britishers treated us as slaves. They implemented many things which are against to us, against to Indians, Indian farmers, Indian people. Yeah, we can see that what were happened in the past. Glimpses of the past. Yes.
Of the past. Our great Indian heroes are known for their valor and significant contribution.
Before going to that, may I know how many of you know our freedom fighters? And who can say at least 10 freedom fighters' name? Question yourself. Say any 10 freedom fighters' name. Yes, think yourself and question yourself. We got independence because of the sacrifices of their lives, sacrifices for our country. But still some of you may not know the freedom fighter's name. Yeah, you may know, but at this time you may not may not remember. Because now you have freedom. You don't have any pain. You are getting everything. You have parents struggling and they are working hard and they are getting all things for you. But before independence India, our freedom fighters faced a lot of problems. That's why they started a movement against the Britishers. They don't want to live the life as a slave. So they fought against the Britishers and finally they achieved it. They accomplished it. Finally we got independence on 1947, 15th August.
During the First War of Independence, also known as...
So you are seeing the picture, this is the First World War. Sorry, not First World War. It is the First War of Independence, also known as the Revolt of 1857. It's a revolution in 1857. You can see the picture and observe how the soldiers are fighting against the Britishers. How our freedom fighters and everybody is opposing and fighting against the Britishers.
The Revolt of 1857. By 1765, the British East India Company...
In 1765, in the year of 1765, the British East India Company controlled most of India. The Britishers established a company in our India to import, to manufacture their products in our country. They entered into our country to survive themselves. After a few years, They started occupying our places. They started ruling our people. They established East India Company in our country in the year of 1765. The British East India Company controlled most of India. When they established, before the establishing only, they occupied the places and controlled the people of India.
They controlled most of India. The infighting among Indian princes helped the East India Company.
See how they can occupy and how they can control our people? Because Indian princes helped the East India Company. Some of the kings who are ruling in our country, the kingdoms, whoever ruling the kingdoms, they supported to the British. So our people help them to get the benefits from them. Before helping, they may not know that they are going to rule and they are going to struggle them also, create problems for them also. Finally, they knew.
Expand the territories under its control.
Slowly, they started divide and rule. It is the rule of the Britishers. Divide and rule. They divided the country into different parts. Expand the territories under its control. They divide whole India into parts and they started ruling our country.
However, Tipu Sultan of Mysore fought the British.
Tipu Sultan is one of the king. Mysore fought the British bravely till his death in battle. So overall, our India independence is not because of one person. Maybe one person lead the movement, but one person cannot fight against any Britisher. So our team is nothing but our freedom fighters fought unitedly against opposite to British. Tipu Sultan, one of the king, fought against the Britishers. He is from Mysore.
Bravely till his death in battle. Some Indians looked up to the British merchants as their savior. However, there were others who were unhappy about the Indian princes being dethroned by the white men. Meanwhile,
So Indian people struggled and they faced many problems because of the Britishers. They are the white people, they are white people and we are black people, we call that. Meanwhile, religious leaders promoted ideas.
religious leaders promoted ideas that led to superstition and discrimination among people. The British sought to earn profit by
Not only making a problem for the Indian people, but also the Britishers sought to earn profit by laying heavy taxes on farmers. You may seen in movies like Rajanna movie. You may seen in movies of related to our freedom. The Britishers get money from the farmers as the taxes. They are getting much. At least the farmer is working in the field, he is not getting benefit from that, even though he is lending money from others. At that moment, how can he pay the tax? The crops which were grown in the field occupied by the Britishers, at the same time they are expecting more taxes from the farmers. Rudely they are taking the taxes rudely, not in the way of request. And the taxes, they are laying heavy taxes, not a common tax, from the farmers.
by levying heavy taxes on farmers. When they couldn't pay, their crops were taken away. The British decided to waive off the import duty on goods
The British decided to waive off goods manufactured in England. The Britishers, they entered into our country and they established a company. So they don't allow, they don't allow means they are not allow our Indian goods. They import from their country. They imported their goods from the England and they sold in our country. Like a China bazaar, China goods, how they are importing and they are selling in our country. Same thing here. Britishers did, they imported from the England and they sold in our country. Then the products which are produced, manufactured in our country, they may not sell in the market because the Britishers rule that you should buy our products. They kept these kind of rules.
Manufactured in England. As a result, cheap British-made goods flooded the Indian markets.
And the British manufactured products are very cheap compared to Indians because Indians work hard, they prepared the goods by themselves, but Britishers prepared or manufactured many things by using by the machines. They established a company, issued a company by using machines. They produce, they manufacture many things, cheap and low cost. And Indian artisans lost their livelihood. Indian people lost their livelihood because, see, employment. For example, if 10 teachers are working in a school offline, but in online, you can see after the lockdown, after the corona, we have seen that many teachers lost their jobs because a machine works more than a human. It means 10 people, instead of working 10 people, a machine can work as one. One person can use a machine and he can fulfill the place of 10 people. Same thing happened here. So Indian people lost their livelihood.
And Indian artisans lost their livelihood. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a learned scholar from Bengal,
Another king from the Bengal, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he realized that Indian society needed to be reformed. So he realized that India needs to develop and Indian people have to survive. So he went to England.
realized that Indian society needed to be reformed. So he went to England to understand what made them powerful. Meanwhile, the British continued to ill-treat Indians. In
He went to England to know what the circumstances are, what the problems, and how they are trying to lead our country, rule our country. Everything he knew there. In 1818, the British passed a Regulation 3. It's a rule. They passed many rules. They passed many rules about Indian people.
1818, the British passed Regulation 3, whereby an Indian could be jailed without.
The rule is wherever an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. So without a proof, without going to a court, directly they may sent into prison. It means they tried to make us as slaves. Whatever the rule pass, that we should follow. Just like a Bahubali movie, Shivagami says that Namate Shasanam. Namate Shasanam. Annattuga Britishers ఏం చేశారంటే జస్ట్ దే పాస్ మెనీ రూల్స్. వాళ్ళకు అనుకూలంగా రూల్స్ పెట్టడం, వాళ్ళు ఏం చేసినా అదే న్యాయం, అదే ధర్మం. దే బిహేవ్ ఇన్ దిస్ attitude.
Trial in a court. By 1829, British goods worth 7 crore rupees were imported into India.
So many goods imported to India from the British or from England. Even the Governor General Bentinck was alarmed at the deteriorating.
Even the Governor General Bentinck was alarmed at the deteriorating situation of Indian weavers and farmers. In 1835,
At that moment, at that time, at that situation, Governor was supposed to them. See, governors, whatever the rulers, whatever the jobbers in the British ruling, related to or relation to them. And whoever from our India, they works as a servant or a low post, a low category, just like informers. In 1835, Lord Macaulay introduced English language education in India. So he is the one who introduced English in India, that Lord Macaulay. In the year of 1835, Lord Macaulay introduced English language education in India, not for Indians. For their sake, he introduced English language because Indian people should know the English language, then they can communicate easily. So language is the medium of communication. Wherever you go, you can communicate by using your language only. So for their necessity, to fulfill their wish, they introduced the language, English.
Lord Macaulay introduced English language education in India. English education produced a new generation of learned Indians who became vocal in expressing the problems of Indians before the British Parliament.
So Indian people learned the language, few of them got good jobs in that. So they become educated in that language.
By 1856, the British had conquered the whole of India.
By 1856, in the year of 1856, the British had conquered the whole of India. Conquered means completely our India went under control of Britishers, British government. So when it went under control of British, we don't have any powers, we don't have any right to question them. Now we have the rights, now we have the duties. But before independence, we didn't have any.
But they were not concerned about the plight of Indians. In some parts of the country, they began forcibly converting Indians.
They not only rule our country, but they behave so rudely. In some parts of the country, they began forcibly converting Indians to Christianity. So that they forcefully converting the Indians, Hindus, Muslims, whatever the religion we belongs to, and they tried to convert. They converted into Christianity. Nowadays also it's happening, converting into Christianity forcefully. Yeah, it started. Yeah, Christianity is not in our India, but the Britishers converted our Indians into Christianity.
To Christianity. The Santals of Bengal, who had lost their lands under the new land rules, were the first to rebel against the British in 1850.
So slowly the movement started from Santalis. They started because they lost their fields. So they started. They were the first to rebel. Rebel means opponent against the British in 1855.
5. The Indian sepoys in the East India Company army were also unhappy with the discrimination.
So the Sipais, soldiers who works in the East India Company, they were also unhappy with the discrimination against them. So they decided to form and they decided to fight against the Britishers.
Against them.
Because many problems they face.
They were upset at being forced to cross the sea to fight for the British in other lands because it violated their religious beliefs. When the Indian sepoys learned,
and they faced many problems while working in that East Indian Company, and they were against to fight support to Britishers, and they had to use a gun that grease on the bullets. They were supposed to bite off. They should bite the bullet.
That the grease on the
they
bullets
have to keep in
bite off before use.
Before using, they should bite. Before use was made of that is made of the grease which was applied to the bullet. It was made of pig and cow fat. See, how can they bite when they applied fat from the pig and cow? Because pig is okay. Pig is okay means here you can see that how can we bite that fat of a pig? And our Hindus, they believe that cow as a god or goddess. So they rejected it. They were hurt and angry.
Made of pig and cow fat, they were hurt and angry. In 1857, there was a violent outbreak by the sepoys.
So the movement started, the first war of independence in 1857. There was a violent outbreak by the sepoys in Meerut.
Of Meerut, led by a sepoy named Mangal Pandey. The rebellion began.
Yes, the Mangal Pandey, the rebellion began spreading to different parts of India. He started that. head of the movement.
and spreading to different parts of India as well as to different strata of Indian society. Many landlords supported the patriots.
Slowly the landlords mean the people who has much money, the rich people, simply rich people, landlords who have the many lands, they supported. They supported in terms of money. Uh, they decided to support our patriots who are working and who are trying, who are struggling to get independence to our India. They supported.
Many former rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow, leaders like Maulvi Ahmadullah of Faizabad and Azimullah Khan also joined the rebellion. The patriots
So many people and many places, our Indian people and the kings who are ruling at that moment, they joined in the revolution and the movement of first independence India. The patriots battle against the British all over the North India. The movement started in North India, slowly it spread all over the parts of India.
battled against the British all over North India.
Okay, this is the small information we should know about our glimpse of the past, about our country and the moments and the wars which were happened in the past, and how we got independence from the Britishers. We should know. That's why this is the lesson they have kept in our curriculum from the NCERT books. Thank you all, and we can discuss more about it in the next class and complete the working with the text whatever it in the lesson. Yeah, bye all of you.